In the last episode, we got our first taste of Bolivia's madness, riding through its chaotic streets. This time, we take a step back and unwind in the peaceful town of Samaipata. But Bolivia doesn't let you stay comfortable for too long. The days ahead quickly bring its own challenges, reminding us just how unpredictable travelling here can be.
That's taken us an hour and 40 minutes to do 30 k's.
Morning all. If I said to you it was early and we were getting ready to go, I'd be lying. It's about 9:45. We've had a lovely lie-in. We slept like logs. We've been out for breakfast, been for a little walk around town, and we've just had a nice little rest after the chaos of yesterday and riding into the night. We're here at our little hostel in Aquil. Hayley is just below me, you might see her. Loading up the bikes. We're probably about 10 minutes away from getting ready to ride. We're gonna head up to Samaipata, around 220 k's away, so it's gonna be a few hours ride. The scenery is gonna get greener as we get up there. We're heading into the hills. We're gonna be riding around 2,500 meters up and down a little bit, so we're not as high as we were yesterday when we started off at 4,000 meters. So there's a lot more vegetation, a lot more greenery. It's going to be a lot more beautiful to ride in. Okay, I better join Hayley down there, get the bikes ready, and we'll get going. Ooh, this tiled floor is a little bit slippy. The ladies cleaned it this morning. This is the perfect type of parking you want when you stay somewhere. You can see the bikes, it's nice, secure, locked in. Okay. Down the ramps. Hayley's on traffic watch for me. I'll go and do the same for her. Feeling good, feeling nice. That town was just a really nice atmosphere in that town. Everyone was friendly, welcoming. It wasn't a dusty, dry town like a lot of the ones we've been experiencing lately. Nice to see some greenery, some trees.
It's perfect temperature. I'm just feeling good. It's a really good ride today.
See these huge boulders come down on the road. These guys are trying to move. Hayley? It looks like there's another road closure.
No.
Might let us through. He has. Just have to give him the nod.
After the false alarm, we carried on through the lush green hills, taking in Bolivia's new and unfamiliar landscapes, before touching down into Samaipata.
So Hayley's negotiated with us for the room and we're taking it. It's going to be good. We're going to park the bikes inside, so I'm just getting the bags off. Now, they haven't got parking here, but the lady said we can park it inside. She moved the table for us. Very nice of her. So I'm going to try and get it through this door frame now. Hayley's put a little rock there to use as a ramp. That didn't work. Gotcha. And I'll push the rest. Ooh. Bags are okay? See? Aquí, bien? I will move it over a bit and then I'll get yours in. I'll get yours in. Yeah, I think so. Let's try and get Hayley's bike in. Oh wow, a lot easier than mine. Oh, the bag's okay at the back. We're in.
We spent a few days in the sleepy town of Samaipata, the perfect spot to take a break from the bikes and slow down. It's a tourist hub and a popular place for expats to settle, and it's easy to see why. The streets are well kept and there's plenty of lazy cafes and bars to relax and unwind. This little bohemian escape feels like a world away from the chaos Bolivia is famous for. We didn't do much here apart from soaking up the sun and wandering up the local viewpoint, which was beautiful. It was a perfect opportunity to recharge before hitting the road again.
Now the plan for the next few days, we're going to make our way across to La Paz in Bolivia here. Now we're going to backtrack on ourselves a little bit, and then we're going to keep following the Andes, try and stay on the high passes and the high routes. So it's a lot more exciting for us, and then we'll drop down. There's a load of wiggly roads around here. They're going to be a lot of fun to ride, and then La Paz. So that's our next big stop, but we're going to do it over 3 days. We're going to take 3 stops along the way.
You ready to go?
Yeah, ready.
Ciao.
Ciao!
So today we're going to try and ride about 280 k's. We're heading on Route 7 towards Cochabamba. We're not going to stay in the city, we're going to stay about 100 k's east of it. One of the reasons we went to Samaipata was to go into the national park. Now, we didn't end up doing that. We just went for walks around town and to the local viewpoints, enjoyed the little town. 2 reasons. Firstly, I was feeling under the weather and we didn't fancy trekking into a national park, it's more like jungle. Secondly, you had to have a guide. It's the law. You can't just go there on your own and explore and see the place, which I understand as there's not really trails marked and apparently it's quite easy to get lost in there. But we didn't fancy paying a guide to do that when we're going to be going into the jungle north of La Paz when we get there. We're going to do a 3 or 4 day sort of jungle tour experience where you go into the Amazon on a boat, stay somewhere, that sort of thing. So we didn't fancy just going for a little walk here when I wasn't feeling 100%. So we didn't quite tick the box we wanted to by going there, but at the same time we absolutely loved being there, relaxing, just enjoying the town for what it was.
Another beautiful scenic ride west through the green mountains of Bolivia. We climbed higher and higher on the roads that seemed to lead straight into the clouds. It was a fun ride winding along the mountain roads that hugged the cliffs. But once we were in the clouds, progress slowed right down. Stuck behind heavy trucks and with no safe way to overtake without knowing what was coming the other way, we decided to take our time and sit tight. Even on Bolivia's well-paved roads, there's always something that finds a way to slow you down. As we finally dropped back out of the clouds, we were reminded just how unforgiving these roads can be. Not long after, we rolled into the small roadside town, found some modest accommodation, and stopped up on a hearty meal before calling it a night, ready for the next leg of the journey.
How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good. well rested, slept well. It's a little bit fresh this morning, but it's not cold. I'm a bit slow packing the bike today. Hayley's waiting for me. One of those rare occasions, but it's all good. Ready to ride another day in Bolivia. Let's go.
Right, got water, we got breakfast.
Okay, no hay gasolina, which means they don't have gasoline. No petrol, no diesel. Alright, well we're fine for a while. On to the next town. Okay, back on Route 7. I think we'll try and do about 300 k's again today. Maybe a little more if we can, depending on what this road's like. But that was a nice little stop. I didn't actually expect too much from it when we first pulled up last night, but it was sweet, it was fine. Room was basic, but we slept well. Managed to get some good food last night. Nothing too much to complain about. Perfect little pit stop really. And we've got another beautiful day to go riding. Not bad, eh?
We rode about 100 k's to the outskirts of the city of Cochabamba in search for fuel. Let's just say things didn't exactly go to plan.
So that was our first refusal on fuel. We were chatting with them for about 10 minutes trying to persuade them to let us have some fuel. It's just because they can't enter it into their system because we haven't got a number, identity number. So sometimes it's too much effort for them to put it into their system. And they just say no. So no fuel there. We'll have to find somewhere else.
While I accepted our fate, Matt wasn't ready to give in and found a loophole in Bolivia's rather complicated fuel system. He borrowed some gear and talked to a local into helping. It didn't take too long to find someone who was willing to help us. Thanks to the locals, he didn't think twice about helping us out. A situation that felt like a dead end quickly turned around.
So that was a little bit of an effort, but we were successful. First they told us we couldn't have fuel, and then we got lost in translation. We were going to ride off. Hayley wanted to ride off, and I thought there's got to be another way. So went up the road, borrowed a little barrel off someone, came back, got another local guy to sign the fuel into his name, because that's what you got to do here. And then so he bought it, and then we put it into my bike and Hayley's bike and filled the bag up with whatever we had left. So we bought 20 litres. It probably took us an hour or an hour and a half. A lot of translating, but it was sweet, and we got fuel. And the best thing of all, Hayley just bought some of these little battered bananas with spices in. So it's a little reward for our struggle. So I feel good now. So I'll just give you a little more context on the whole fuel situation here in Bolivia. When a Bolivian goes to buy fuel, they have to present their ID, their individual number on. Then that gets registered on a system. Fuel's subsidised here. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. But anyway, if you're a foreigner and you go to a fuel station and you try and buy fuel, if their system doesn't allow foreigners to buy fuel, which some don't, then they can't sell you fuel. System says no, one of those things. But in fairness to the people there, they were all willing to help, trying to find a way around it for us. I'm sure they've come across it before, but it's not like they just said no, can't be done, on your way. They were trying to find a way to help us out. Now, the reason it probably took so long was because of the language barrier. But we got it sorted, everyone was helpful, we got some fuel, and we're good to go again, and we've learned how to do it now. That's the main thing. We've learnt there is a way around it. So this is Cochabamba, another busy city.
The sat-nav really did us dirty on this one, sending us straight through the heart of the city's central market.
Ooh, this cart lady's going straight into me.
I don't think I need to explain just what that was like riding through that at 30 degrees Celsius in the peak of the day.
Oh wow, this is filtering down to 1 lane from 2.
Oh God. Can we drive along the side, do you think?
Where are you thinking, Hayley?
We were stuck trying to weave our way through the sea of people, vendors, cars and carts. As the sun kept climbing and the heat pressed down, it wasn't just us that started to overheat.
So after going through that little market and the craziness of the centre of the city, we did have a little moment with Hayley's bike. There was liquid coming out of her bike. Turns out it was petrol. So we have stopped, we had a little look at it, and what we think's happened is when we filled the bikes up, out of that little barrel, a lot of air's got into the tank, and we filled the bikes, the main tank and the auxiliary tank up to the brim. And then when we've been in that congested traffic in the middle of the city and the heat, because it's warm now, let me just see what temperature, 31 my bike's saying. We think that the air has heated up, expanded, and it was pushing fuel out of her overflow. So when she was stopping in traffic like this, there was a little puddle of petrol underneath her bike, just because it was expanding and pushing it out. So I think it's alright, it's stopped now. We let the bikes cool down for 10 minutes. So we are climbing quite quickly. We were heading to this little village to stay the night. Now we've had a look on the maps and just chatted to some local people, and we're having some food, and there's been a landslide, and apparently it takes 5 hours to get there. Now it would take an hour or two before. It's 4 o'clock. We don't really want to be riding much after 6. Now that's not quite the end of our dramas. My bike started spluttering and Hayley's was leaking fuel out of the overflow. Now mine started doing it. Mine is spluttering and has cut out on me a couple of times. So I think we've put some bad fuel in these bikes. Hopefully the tail end of this day isn't going to be full of drama. Oh, there's an amazing view of the city there.
These beautiful cliff edges. It's turned out to be a really nice way to end the day. The road's really good condition actually. I was expecting it to be a lot worse than this. This is dreamy. God, look at that view. It's incredible. We're at a point now where we are having to make the call if we have to camp. But I'm looking at all this ice here, and I think we're still at around 4,000 meters. It will be cold if we do end up having to camp, but who knows. We still got about an hour and a half left of sunlight, so we're just going to try our best. We're going downhill now, so hopefully we'll be a lot lower, so if we do have to camp, it's not going to be as cold.
Cruising at 4,200 meters in the Bolivian Andes. It's a really, really cool landscape to be riding in. I just wish we weren't riding at this time. Now, it is a bit reassuring because we've just come up to a car in front of us, so we're not completely alone. We seem to be approaching a little village, and I'm going to try and find somewhere to stay here, see if that's possible. I think that would be the wise decision.
None of this looks like accommodation. Keep looking.
Oh, look at that sun. This valley is absolutely stunning. We're up at 4,000 meters nearly, and it is stunning.
just pulled over to the shop we just drove past, and the closest place, according to her, is somewhere that's about 30 k's from here, and could take up to about an hour, so it will definitely be dark. But we did find another place a little bit closer on the map, so we're going to try that one first. Hopefully that one is good to go. Otherwise we will be heading to that town that woman at the shop recommended.
So your map's going to tell us right here, isn't it?
Correct.
No, my one's saying go left. Let's try left first. It's only 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I may as well try it.
Yeah, we're in for it now, so.
Okay, we are now backtracking, going back towards the little shop where the lady told us where to go. I started following a point that was on Google Maps. I got a little bit of signal somehow, and it showed up that there was a accommodation, and we've just gone down there, and it was basically a dead end at the end of a ravine, and it was saying to hike up this ravine for another couple of 100 meters. So that was absolutely nothing, a complete waste of time. We sort of knew it might be, and we only went for it because it was a 5-minute detour. Into the dark we go, and we're going to head towards where the lady in the shop recommended us, and we've probably got another hour's ride. It's not like we're spoilt for choices to camp here though either.
No.
Because there's no flat spots, there's nothing hidden away, it's just sheer drops and rock and little farmland from these small holdings, so it's not like we can just pitch up here either.
Okay, very sudden change plan. We've decided that we are not going to the town that the lady recommended. It's about 38 k's from here, and the place that we were aiming for, that we know has accommodation, is 60 k's. We don't know with any certainty whatsoever that the place that the lady recommended has accommodation, for two reasons. One, nothing comes up on the map. I think that might be to do with the fact that we don't have signal, but still. And two, when I asked the lady, I'm pretty sure she thought I said something about food. We both felt more comfortable, even though we're riding an extra 20 k's. We just felt more comfortable doing it this way. Alright, wish us luck.
Maps is telling me we've got 1 hour 43. Adventure we wanted, adventure we have got. It'll just make that bed all more lovely to get into if we eventually get there.
That's taken us, oh god, that's taken us an hour and 40 minutes to do 30 k's. It's now nearly 8 o'clock. It's been about 2 hours since it's gone dark, and yeah, we've got about another 30 left.
This part of the road is fairly loose gravel. You can see that they've had the bulldozer through here. I'd say all of this has been washed out in a landslide. So every time I look in my mirrors, or I have a quick glance behind me, and I see the lights of Hayley's little Honda, just makes me feel so proud of her. She's getting on with this so well. It's not anything that we planned to do this morning, it's just a curveball that's been thrown at us, partly due to our slight lack of planning, but things just didn't quite work out how we thought today, and Hayley is just getting on with it. It's not easy, it's a lot of concentration to ride in this, but the majority of it, there's been sheer drops to the either side, like one side of the road, and then we've been riding through where landslides are, and she's just getting on really well. No moaning, she's not struggling. Her riding has improved so much, and I'm really proud of her. I can see some lights, a lot of lights in the valley in the distance, and that's filled me with some hope. Here we are. Welcome to Independencia. How do you feel, Hayley?
No, I'm glad we're here, but obviously it's not over, is it? It's whether we find accommodation. Hopefully we've made the right decision.
I hope so.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. I'm definitely tired. Oh, there's a lot more hope here of finding somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
Okay, we found it. Oh. Let's see if there's some rooms.
Mi español no es muy bien. Pardon? Oh, perfecto, gracias. Oh, ciao. Something about a door. I think she's here.
It's promising.
I know. Look how dusty I am. Can you take all the stuff off the bike?
No.
Be a good lad. Can you see them?
I can see how dirty they are.
Compared to this, which is clean. Jesus.
State of all of our stuff today. Alright, so that's the end of today. And what a day. We're both pretty exhausted and very happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Hayley called the number and the owners of this hostel turned up, and they are so nice.
Really nice.
The guy has gone out into town to get us some food to bring back to us. They've locked the bikes in the garage downstairs. You couldn't have asked for any more when we've turned up after a mega day like that.
Yeah, and they came so quickly as well, which was a godsend. Yeah.
So, what a day.
I have no words other than it was just hectic. And then the end of the day, it was peaceful, but it was still like, yeah, it's a big push to the finish line.
Okay, let's get out of these clothes.
Yeah.
Let's have a shower.
Yeah. And go to bed.
Have some food and go to bed.
Sounds like a plan.
See you later.
Night, everyone.